Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, thank you very much for your kind words. From the outset, I would like to thank the delegates of the International Conference on News Agencies from across the world, and your presence in the capital of the country is encouragement to the entire nation and also the media sector and the landscape of media in Pakistan. I'm sure that your presence here, your contributions to the different sessions of the 21st International Conference on News Agencies, which Pakistan is hosting for the first time to mark the 70 years of media development in Pakistan. So thank you very much for gracing the occasion and coming to Pakistan. I welcome you on behalf of Government of Pakistan as well. I would rather not indulge into what the security advisor has spoken with great conviction, and also his insights and contribution to the security landscape of the country vis-a-vis the perceptions about Pakistan across the world. I would take this opportunity to speak about the subject that we are dealing here with, that is the opportunities and challenges in this sensitive situation that Pakistan is confronted with what the security advisor was just talking about. The media in Pakistan, of course, in the last 70 years has evolved to a level where it's free media. It's a media which is vibrant, a media which is considered to be the fourth pillar of the state, and a media which, of course, where the policymakers and the legislatures look forward to for their contribution, their oversight on the activities of the government and in the national interest and for the people of Pakistan. In Pakistan, I think the landmarks, what we've achieved in terms of opportunities and challenges to media is the Right to Information Act, which has been passed last year in the Parliament, which gives access to the free information of the government departments and the access to information of public interest to the people of Pakistan. That's a landmark and flagship legislation that the Parliament of Pakistan has legislated upon, and which gives and creates an enabling environment for journalists and for news agencies in Pakistan to really add value to the oversight that they are contributing to in Pakistan. In Pakistan, next year, I would just like to share with the audience here, and you would be knowing better because you are matching the pace of the news also across different landscapes of countries, that we are completing the first 10 years uninterrupted of democracy in Pakistan. We are at the verge of having new elections in July 2018, and we will be completing 10 years of democracy's milestone around the corner. Last 70 years, of course, have been challenging in terms of security, as Nasser was saying, but has been equally challenging in the freedom of press. Till 2004-05, we had state media, which was Pakistan Television, and of course, a very vibrant print media was there and has been part of our history. And Associated Press of Pakistan, of course, is completing its 71 years with the birthday and the celebrations of 71 years of the country. Post 2005, yes, electronic media added most of the screens and different channels into the landscape of mediums of media in Pakistan. Social media has been very, very vibrant, as it has been in your countries also. The challenges and opportunities, I think your presence in different sessions and your contributions of best practices, lesson learned, and your expertise will contribute to how different landscapes of medium can be dealt with in Pakistan and in your countries. In Pakistan, the electronic media, of course, is getting vibrant by every passing day. But I think the equal challenge is to the print media also in the wake of social media, online medium, and also the electronic medium online, because all the electronic channels are also online channels, with free and live transmissions online as well. But I think I will give a acknowledgement to the print media also, because they, one, do not have to match the pace, and have really, they look into and have insights into fake news also, which is a new phenomena the world is confronted with at the moment. And when it comes to fake news vis-a-vis the security and the perceptions that Pakistan is dealing with at the moment, it's another challenge that our media is also dealing with. The other thing is the youth bulge in the country. Pakistan has 60% of the population which falls under the age of 15 to 35, and to engage them into the traditional mediums of media landscape is another challenge that we are as a country facing as well. The social media is gaining lots of pace in Pakistan, but at the same time there are sensitivities and there are challenges attached to this medium, which is of course faceless, but there is a huge responsibility that comes with it, which the youth of the country is using at the moment. So we have been looking at legislations of different types through Parliament for cyber risks mitigations. We are struggling with, of course, diverse sources to the information as well, is another challenge that as a country we're dealing with. And then also, as the security advisor was narrating to you, that Pakistan in last 35-40 years have been dealing with terrorism and extremism in the country, and we are the nation that has given maximum sacrifices when it comes to dealing and fighting terrorism in the world. So the perception, and at the moment with that fight against terrorism, we are also fighting the perception war around the world. And in last 35-40 years, I think what I feel in last 14 months in this ministry, that where we are dealing with terrorism and of course extremism and the perception of war around the world, I think our culture, our heritage, our music industry, our artists were also, they were kept silent, and that was another challenge that we were dealing with. Media in Pakistan these days, and also specifically in this region, means politics only, which is another challenge that we as countries are dealing with also. Their target audience of media, unfortunately, is only politicians, is politics, and also I think that takes away, and the media shies away to what they can actually contribute in, which is I think the areas that transcends borders. For example, the impact of rate of increase in population in South Asia is another challenge that we are dealing with. The environmental challenges, the climate change, malnutrition that we're dealing with in our country. So media can play, and news agencies can also play a very important role in disseminating information regarding the human development indicators, success stories, and also lesson learned from your countries to Pakistan and to other countries also. There is a great appetite of peace and stability amongst the countries that have tense borders to, I think, cater to that appetite of conflict resolution. Media can play another important role, and the news agencies that are online, because where there are the online agencies are also dealing with to match the pace, and in that matching the pace, the credibility of course gets compromised. So that's another area that I think with your expertise around the table and in these 2 days, that can really add value to dealing with how to match the pace and put a stop. But of course the state press online agencies like Associated Press of Pakistan takes a breath, wait with patience, and then first, of course, looks into the credibility of the news. But there are other online agencies also that are present in the country. So, they are actually struggling with matching the pace of each other and then putting the news first on the web, and that's another challenge. And of course, that also give rise to the fake news phenomena around the world that we are dealing with at the moment. I think, secondly, I would want to say here is that yes, the digital media challenges and opportunities are different from print and electronic media. But in Pakistan, I think what's happening is that as the country is completing its 10 years of democracy, so democracy is evolving. There is a natural evolution for the first time in democratic institutions in Pakistan, and so as in media as well. So media is also passing through a natural evolution, and I'm sure and I have faith in that after, and we are at the threshold, because if you look at the media these days, the screens these days, yes, it's all about politics, it's all about what is happening in terms of the power corridors of the country, but the demand of the consumer, the viewers, is changing. The ratings that are coming now in terms of the news channels vis-a-vis the entertainment channels in Pakistan, the entertainment channels are getting more ratings than the news channels. So that's the natural tendency of the consumer and the viewers that want to move from the aggression to calmness in terms of the medium, and that is also a reflection of the society responsiveness and also the receptiveness and resilience, as Security Advisor was also telling here. We are a resilient nation. We of course have a threshold which rarely anybody can match in terms of what's coming on screens, but at the same time media has played a very, very important role in safeguarding democracy in Pakistan as well. And the people of the country are thankful to the medium, whether it's online, whether it's news agencies, whether it's print, electronic media or social media. I think they're playing a very important role if it brings in a slight credibility, responsibility with the freedom of expression. I think in years to come, Pakistani media and the media, especially in South Asia, can become more responsible and vibrant and can cater to the peace and stability appetite of people of the country as well. Lastly, I think there is a paradigm shift in the understanding of the media dynamics in countries also, with the I think with the increase in the vibrancy and also the channel screens, what we see in our country especially, the mediums are also realizing for self-accountability, self-introspection also, because we think that just by regulating media, it will never serve a purpose that we are looking at. So now there is a very vibrant code of conduct that's in place, but we've invited the channels also and the print media to do their self-introspection, accountability as well, so that we as a country move towards a more credible and responsible mediums of media across the country, and of course it has an impact in the region as well. I would like to also once again thank the representatives of the media industry from print, electronic media that's present here in the hall to of course exchange views and ideas, and I'm sure they'll be participating in the group sessions, discussions of this forum as well in next 2 days. I also would like to thank the Associated Press of Pakistan, because I remember that when we were thinking and when we were conceiving this idea of inviting you, because we as a government have signed dozens of memorandum of understandings, but the physical exchange of people from other countries, the experts from other country, we wanted to invite you and benefit from your expertise, your experiences, and also your case studies and lesson learned in this emerging medium of social, digital, electronic media around the world. I hope your stay in Islamabad is comfortable. My office is always there to facilitate you, and I would also like to recommend and request to all the participants of this conference here that this bond that you will make in these 2 days should not end with the conference. It should be the beginning of the exchanges, views, experiences, so that the investment in this conference is worthwhile. And also, I would request the Associated Press of Pakistan to have a regular follow-ups with you and with your nominees in your countries, so that this connection of exchange of experience goes a long way. And we are also thinking of making this as an annual feature of the Associated Press of Pakistan, to have smaller group exchanges, because when you come to Pakistan, when you visit Pakistan, and when you feel Pakistan, I think that is the best thing that you can take with you and become ambassadors of a country that is struggling with the perception of its nation and people. As we saw different landscapes, diverse slides in Security Advisor's presentation, I think there's one segment that I've asked them to show you in your group discussions, that how the democracy has evolved in the country and delivered, despite of the security challenges that country has confronted with. We still, as a democratic country in last 10 years have delivered for the people of Pakistan in terms of energy, water, economy, terrorism and infrastructure. I've requested them to give you that highlight as well, which they will in your next session. Once again, thank you very much for being part of this very important international conference on news agencies. I will look into the recommendations myself and also give these recommendations to the Prime Minister of the country. I will conclude the session tomorrow, the concluding ceremony, and would be happy to discuss with you the details that you have discussed here to take this agenda forward. Thank you very much.